Okay, so I want to get this out of the way first. I am not done with Black Myth Wukong. I'm not even halfway through the game. I'm about 2 chapters through the game. I just finished chapter 2. I'd say I'm maybe a quarter of a way through chapter 3, but I want to get a video out because A, I haven't done a video in a minute, and B, it's just, this game is so pulverizing that I wanted to give you my early impressions. So far, Black Myth Wukong is really fun. This game is a blast to play. There's really nothing that I strongly dislike. I think the opening sequence was really, really good, and I do like the Souls-like elements to the game, as in a lot of the character design actually feels like a From Software kind of game, and the shrine aspect of the game, but then nothing else about this game is a Souls-like. This game is not a Souls-like. This game is definitely a hard action RPG, and I'm all here for that. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything either because this is not a review of the game. Again, this is just my early impressions. I think the opening of the game was very solid. It was a little cutscene-y, but honestly, it flowed so well, and the game's actually running really good on my computer so far. However, from a lot of the people who have gotten further into the game on PC and from people who played the game early, there does seem to be a lot of technical issues, whether it's glitches, bugs, just poor optimization after chapter 2, and apparently they weren't really allowed to show much after chapter 2, so I'm slowly head diving first into the deep end with my playthrough. But yeah, this game came out super early too. It came out at 7 p.m. on the 19th for me, which is crazy. Usually games always come out in between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. But I'm so excited to see what's next in this game because, like I said, I've only really gotten through a good 2.5 chapters, 2.25 chapters. I do think that the storytelling kind of aspects of the game are really good. I think that the story is very easy to follow. I'm not someone who's ever read Journey to the West. I'm very intrigued now. I kind of want to read it now, and I've gotten recommendations to do so, but I've heard from people too that there are some key characters missing because this game kind of takes place during that story, or it's somehow implied that the story of this game is relatively related to Journey to the West. So I don't know. Don't quote me on any of that. Okay. That's just what I've heard. That's what I've seen. Okay. Just, I didn't make that up. That's what I've heard. But the opening of the game was really threw me for a loop. Like, I did not expect what happened to happen, and when Wukong started talking at the start of the game, I was very confused because I thought that we played as a monkey who didn't speak, and then everything happened, and now it makes sense. Also, it's really easy to get armor in this game and to get upgrades, which was not something I was expecting. Does this game have different difficulty settings? Because I don't ever remember choosing a difficulty, and I don't really know if there is one or not. But man, I got my fucking ass beat the first few like bigger fights in the game. That's all I'll say. I think it's pretty much commonly known that big white wolf is a very early game boss. That wolf did not give me trouble whatsoever. I beat that wolf first time. I did not have any real struggle. I don't even think I think I used my healing flask maybe like once or twice, but I really did not have a problem beating that boss. However, there was a boss in the first chapter that I died to about 3 or 4 times in the exact same way, and I was very confused because I thought that the big white wolf was the main boss of the chapter, but this other boss that had it was another wolf that had a fire staff. I'm really bad with names for English based names, so this game I'm going to be even worse with names, so I apologize. But the wolf that had the fire staff and the dash move, and he would throw, for some reason I just could not time the dodging mechanic properly. Like I said, I'm playing this on my PC, but I have my PlayStation 5 controller plugged into it, just because obviously my PC is stronger than my PS5. I still feel like the dodging mechanic, at least for the early levels of the game, is just not very good. I know that you can upgrade it, and maybe again it's just my own brain not being able to have a parry system, and coming from games that always have a parry system to now only being able to roll out of the way. I was also really mismanaging the stamina meter for the first chapter and a half, and then I learned that I should probably pay attention to it. Yeah, I think the character design, the level design, the music, the voice acting for the most part is all really good. I think going forward, I'm going to change the game into the native language voice acting, just rock with the English subtitles, because I feel like the lip syncing for the English voice and the subtitles is just completely off. And I am already seeing you know how in the early reviews people were talking about how yes, every single boss in this game is freaking amazing, but the in-between places are not that good and not that thorough, even though they do have branching paths. I definitely saw that within the first chapter already, and in the second chapter I'm definitely seeing it. I don't really think it's a really huge negative though. I don't think this game needed to be a huge open world game. This is a linear game with really great level design. So at least for this point in the game, it is not something that is bothering me, but I mean, we'll see how that changes. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are for Black Myth Wukong. By the time this video comes out, I should already pretty much be done with the game and be working on my review. My review is going to take a little bit because I need a couple days to process the game, and I'm not someone who really likes to rush into reviews and things like that, but I really wanted to get a video out for this. If you've played Black Myth Wukong, oh my God. If you've played Black Myth Wukong, let me know in the comment section down below. Please, let's try not to do spoilers until I at least put out my review for the game. But if you want to talk about spoilers, again, I don't really care. It's not my problem if people get spoiled for the game. I mean, people should be able to tell if there's going to be spoilers or not. Anyways, this has been Nate, otherwise known as Wicked, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which is also going to be a Black Myth Wukong video.